Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our social anthropology class again. I hope you've all managed to dive into Sholokov's The Quiet Dawn and also explored our extensive readings, remarks, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Tolstoy's War and Peace. I also hope you watched the ethics videos on Socrates and Georges I assigned last week. Dilek, did Gregory's moral dilemmas haunt you as much as they haunted me? Exactly. It is heavy stuff, isn't it? But whether it's a Cossack in the Don region, or a German soldier in the trenches, or a Russian aristocrat, we are seeing the same thing: humanity under pressure. But that's what we are here to unpack. Think about Gregory Malakov for a moment. He is a Cossack, a soldier, a lover, and a rebel. If we look at him through the lens of static template, we might simply call him undecided or unstable. But is he? Or is he just a human being caught between shifting tectonic plates of history, or war, or treachery? In The Quiet Dawn, Sherlock doesn't give us a hero or a villain. He gives us a man who is the measure of his own tragic world. When the variable is his love for Axinia, his truth is one thing. When the variable is the Bolshevik revolution, his truth becomes another. He's caught between the White Army and the Red Army, between love and duty. He isn't inconsistent. He is simply kind of the measure of the world. Anyway, before dive into deep water much more, let's first learn three ancient yet important words from your videos. Please repeat after me. Orators. Great. Oh my. Suddenly I felt like we were back in elementary school. Anyway, shortly these guys were the professional influences of ancient assemblies. Next, interlocutors. Perfect. That's what you all and I right now. People engage in a dialogue. And finally, Cyrenaics. A bit of tongue twister, right? But their idea was so simple. Only subjective experience is real, etc. Now back to our topic, and let's challenge ourselves. As social scientists, we often crave certainty, so many of you might feel that Protagoras' idea, homo mensura, man is the measure of all things, is too relative for science. But is it? Mark, at what temperature does water boil? 100 degrees. A classic answer and true. But what if you were standing on the summit of Mount Everest? It boils at 70 degrees, Mark. Why? Because the variables changed. I mean, the atmospheric pressure dropped. Now, let's apply this to our anthropologist's lens. Even if water, a physical constant, changes its behavior under different atmospheric pressures, why do we expect a human being to remain static under the pressure of history, or war, or starving, or treachery? Think about our readings. Tolstoy's Pierre Bezukov in War and Peace is like water at sea level. In the beginning, calm and aristocratic he was. But when the pressure of the 1812 invasion hits his boiling point change, he becomes a different man because his environment shifted. The same goes for remarks Paul Balmer. In his classroom, he was a poet. But in the atmospheric pressure of muddy trench, he became a survivor. His suit shifted because his variables, I mean survival, hunger, fear, changed. John, if you were in Paul Balmer's boots in 1917 or starving in a war zone, would your absolute morals stay the same as they are right now? I mean, in this comfortable classroom? Probably not. This is why we study anthropology. We are not here to judge the truth of these characters. We are here to understand the context that created their truth. This is the essence of being a social scientist, moving from what is right to why does this feel right to them. But this is exactly where we often fail as scientists. We love labels. In Sholokov's world, it is so easy to look at the character and ask, is he a patriot, a traitor, or a true Bolshevik? But these are static templates. Gregory Malekov isn't simply one of those. He is a man whose boiling point shifts as the revolution moves. If even in physics we see what Thomas Kuhn calls as a paradigm shift, and if the truth depends on where you are standing even in the natural sciences, how can we expect social anthropology to rely on static templates like this? Let's make this theory, I mean the paradigm shift theory, unforgettable. We are going to turn this very room into a mind palace. Now, look at these windows and then your desks. This represents changing material realities, like the boiling water on Everest. Each desk and window provides a unique perspective. For example, the garden looks different from Ahmed's desk than it does from Dilek's desk. That's a kind of homo mensura. This is why Gregory's choices change depending on which row you are or he is sitting when you look through that window before open your tablets. Let's do a quick mental exercise. Now, everyone, look at the person sitting who diagonally across from you. Imagine that the classroom door, our paradigm shift, is locked from outside. Suddenly, our material reality changes. The desks are no longer just furniture, they are resources. The windows are symbols of escape or danger. In this scenario, does your interlocutor still remain just a classmate or do they become a competitor? Your measure of this station shifts instantly because the environment shifted. This is exactly what Remarque showed us in All Quiet on the Western Front. Same people, but different paradigm. Each time you walk through it, you are shedding old assumptions and stepping into a new way of thinking. So, when we look at that door, our paradigm shift, remember this. Just as Everett changed the rules for water, boiling of water, history and society changed the rules for humans. There is no absolute template. There is only the context. Is that understood? Now, now it is your turn to be the measure of things. I've already launched our discussion topics on Flipgrid app. Where is it? Okay. Your task is to record 2 or 3 minute videos explaining how a shifting variable in someone else's or a society's life or situation can force one to challenge an absolute truth. But don't stop there. You must watch at least 2 of your classmates' videos and use the rubric I already emailed you to provide feedback on their clarity and content. And don't forget to use the My Palace issue. We constructed today to anchor your thoughts. These videos will serve as the framework for your 5 paragraph essay due next week. Any questions? Fantastic. I'll see you all on Flipgrid. Class dismissed.